Hi, welcome to WakeTV. I'm your host, Leah Holdren. There's a lot going on this month, so stay tuned. We're here with Elizabeth Spender-Smith, who is our Wake County Public Health Educator who oversees American Heart Month and all the activities that are going on during the month of February. Welcome, Elizabeth. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
So for anyone who hasn't heard about American Heart Month, what is it? What does it encompass? What should folks know about it?
So February is usually National Heart Month, but we also want to focus on women. So women are at a higher risk of dying from heart disease than men. They have different symptoms of heart disease, sometimes of different symptoms of a heart attack. We just want women to become aware of their risks as well. Heart disease is the #1 killer of women. It kills more women than cancer. 1 in 3 women die of heart disease, and about 1 in 30 women die of cancer.
And what are some things that you can do to decrease your risk of heart disease, or what are some things that could increase your risk of heart disease?
So first of all, smoking or any other tobacco products, those increase your risk of having heart disease. If you do it, just stop, basically. Other things is elevated blood pressure, elevated cholesterol, diabetes. Women who have diabetes have a 2 to 4 times increased risk of having a heart attack than women who don't have diabetes. Other risks are a bad diet, I should say, not a bad diet, but an unhealthy diet. Make sure you are increasing your fiber content, you're lowering your saturated fats, eating lots of lean proteins, fruits and veggies are also important. And physical inactivity is another one. So we want to make sure that women and everyone are being physically active. Most days of the week, minimum of 30 minutes.
Great. And now you mentioned physical activity. I know there's a lot of activities happening this month in celebration of American Heart Month. Can you share some of those, what folks could attend or look out to?
Sure. One of them is an event that we are partnering with the YMCA at Rock Quarry Road. It'll be February 17th from 6 to 7. Registration or check-in is at 5:30, but you have to pre-register for the event. Just go to the YMC app and you can register for the event through the app, and they take care of everything. But we will see you there for an hour or so of exercise and education.
Great. And I understand that there's a partnership going on with Wake County Parks. Can you tell us a little bit about these heart-healthy hikes we're hearing about?
Sure, yeah. The parks around Wake County will have educational signs that you can use to read about the facts of heart disease. Depending on what trail you walk on, they'll be out there. They're going to kind of go red for their year of the trail. They'll also be, depending on how many trails you walk on, you can be eligible for door prizes at the end, because we want you to walk on as many trails as possible in the park, experiences the parks, and just increase your risk of heart disease.
Great. And are there any other partnerships you want to highlight this month?
Yeah, so we're also working with the Wake County Libraries. They are going to do book displays, and in the book displays they are going to focus on books that contain exercise, nutrition, stress management, anything like that that can reduce your risk of heart disease. Also at some of the libraries we're doing some educational programming for the community that wants to come out and listen. And one of the libraries will also be doing a Zoom link. So anybody, if you don't want to come into the libraries in person, you can come and see us through Zoom and learn a little bit about heart disease.
All right, well, for anyone who may be curious about anything else about Heart Month or any activities being planned, where could they go to learn more?
For local activities, you can go to wake.gov/hearthealth.
Well, thank you, Elizabeth, for being here today and for spreading a little bit more about American Heart Month, all the activities being planned, and how we can all increase our heart health. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Each year between October and March, the Warmth for Wake program brings volunteers together who chop up firewood and deliver it to those who need it most all over the county. Weather permitting, volunteers meet every other Saturday throughout the winter to chop and deliver firewood. In addition to firewood delivery, Warmth for Wake also distributes new and gently used space heaters to residents in need. If you'd like to learn more about how you can help, please visit the website on your screen.
Get the timely and accurate information you need to stay safe if there's an emergency in your area. Sign up for Ready Wake alerts and Wake County will send you important notifications by text, phone, or email, whichever way you choose. Whether it's severe weather, a missing person report, or a neighborhood evacuation, stay in the know with Ready Wake alerts. Learn more and sign up at readywake.com.
Each year, Wake County's Soil and Water Conservation District gives out a series of awards. Check out this tribute to this year's Champions of Conservation.
Hi, I'm Lauren Hendrickson with Wake County Soil and Water Conservation District. Each year, we award outstanding members of our community as champions of conservation, and this year is no different. Each of these recipients helps preserve Wake County's resources for future generations, and as a token of our appreciation, we'd like to present some video tributes to each of them. First is our Farm Family of the Year, which was awarded to James Jordan, a sixth-generation farmer whose family has been farming in Wake County for 89 years. As a strong conservation advocate, he installed stream protection and grazing systems on the farm. The complete stream protection system provides alternative watering sources for livestock, meaning cattle can stay out of streams. Implementation of a grazing system helps to manage the interactions between plants, soils, and grazing animals. Both systems reduce soil erosion and nutrient runoff.
This award means a lot to me because it recognizes what I've tried to do here on the farm. My dad died 13 years ago, and it has allowed me to better the land and better the condition of the land, better the water, the creeks, and it's also allowed me to give water to my cows. The land was in pretty poor condition when my father passed away, and I wanted to be able to have more cows and utilize the land in better ways. Like I said, the water, cover crops, and years like this year, the cover crops have saved me a whole lot of money in fertilizer and seed, and it's made it be able to at least break even. It's in my blood. Fifth generation. If it wasn't in my blood and I didn't love it, I wouldn't be doing it, I promise you. Sixth generation. Yeah, if I didn't love it, I wouldn't be doing it. It's still a lot of fun when you see baby calves born, when you grow vegetables and you can eat. You know, you're providing for your family in a way that nobody else can, and I'm letting my boys grow up in a way that I was raised, and it teaches them hard work, it teaches them responsibility, it teaches them all kinds of characteristics that they can carry on in their lives when I'm not here. Reach out to your soil and water rep. Reach out and they'll help you. They'll give you a plan. They'll work with you the whole time. They'll give you their recommendation, and they'll also receive some feedback from you to where you can work it out what's best practices for you, not just what they think is, you know, by the book. They want to help you, and that's important on a small farm like this in Wake County. For it to be able to survive, you got to use all your resources and everything that you can to be able to make things work.
The BC Rainer Friend of the District Award recognizes the important role of the business community in conservation efforts. This year's award goes to S&P Global, a financial information and analytics company. They conducted not one, but 2 Wake County Big Sweeps this year, and also donated $2,000 to the Friends of the Wake Soil and Water Conservation District to support Big Sweep.
I think this really is just a further testament to S&P Global's continuing efforts to really connect our business values to the needs here in our local community. And as a purpose-led organization, our people really are the core for accelerating progress. And because of their dedication and their generosity, I think we really are able to see a global impact being made by helping contribute towards building a more sustainable future.
When we're looking for engagement opportunities, we're really focused on how we can get our people out into the community and engage in opportunities that promote diversity, promote resilience to the community, and create an opportunity to strengthen the markets in which we live, work, and play. The S&P Global Foundation and the philanthropic efforts of S&P Global are, again, critical to that culture we spoke about previously. And in this particular case, we see this as a great opportunity to focus on sustainability within the community, focus on resilience within the community, and think about the long-term impact that we can have on Wake County overall.
Here we were able to spend a morning cleaning up the banks of Falls Lake, which we know is a direct drinking water resource for Wake County. And so that day we kayaked around, so we had a little bit of fun in the process, but we removed 300 pounds of trash from that area, and again, just really making an impact here locally was really beneficial and impactful for us, and we're looking forward to future projects with the organizations.
Our next award goes to a longtime member of our Big Sweep community. The 2022 Outstanding Volunteer Award goes to Richard Arnold for his exceptional volunteer service, dedication, and leadership with Wake County Big Sweep. Richard has been attending the Crabtree Creek Big Sweeps near Crabtree Valley Mall since 2016 and is now the zone captain. This is a unique event that takes place on the water in kayaks and canoes, with volunteers removing trash like tires, shopping carts, and mattresses from the creek, making sure Wake County's natural areas and waterways are protected.
Well, it's very exciting. I love the fact that Wake County has recognized all the work that we do twice a year on the creek and cleaning up, so it's very exciting to be part of it. Oh, about a half a dozen years ago, I was invited to be a volunteer. First time out, had a great time, ended up going back multiple times for the next few years, and then as the zone captain retired from the position, he asked if I would take over, and excitedly said yes, I'd love to, and now y'all are stuck with me for a long time to come. The new volunteers are always very impressed with how much we end up taking out. They had no idea that we were doing, taking out tons of what feels like tons of trash. So they get really excited about what they see when they come out. The folks who have come back multiple times, they realize the long-term benefit for the creek, for the community. And so the message is really, we're doing great work, and we're all very proud of ourselves. I think we all have different ways we want to volunteer. Being a big fan of the outdoors, and also a little bit of a neatnik. I like keeping things clean, so to be able to come out year after year, actually twice a year, to clean up this stretch of the creek is very rewarding for me, and also rewarding for the folks who spend time 4 or 5 hours on the creek doing all this work. So it's good, it's great.
The next award goes to some of our newest members of the Big Sweep community. Margaret Vaughn and Jonny Gillette are the recipients of the Outstanding New Volunteer Award. Their quest to clean up our waterways began in the fall of 2021, when they contacted Big Sweep to see if they could bring an event like the Crabtree Creek Big Sweep to their neighborhood. They accomplished this, and their new event resulted in the removal of 2,500 pounds of litter. Vaughn and Gillette have gone above and beyond, showing outstanding initiative and leadership in volunteer service for Wake County.
Well, we were very touched and humbled to receive this award. I almost feel like we don't really deserve it because there were so many other people involved in helping us complete the Big Sweep, namely Big Sweep and the county, Alex Heineman, and just a whole crew of folks that helped us make it happen. And also the 17 or so volunteers that we had that did all the hard work that day. Ultimately, we're very honored, we're very touched, and it just motivates us to keep doing it in the future. So,
for us, we wanted to conduct our own Big Sweep in our community just because there's a good stretch of the Greenway that we see on a frequent, almost daily basis. And it's filled with tires and shopping carts and plastic bags and all kinds of refuse from local fast food joints and all this stuff. It wasn't until we kind of started to learn about the Big Sweep and what capabilities they had in terms of providing resources such as kayak and canoe vendors and finding ways to get appropriate permissions to these areas, as well as the expertise of the staff of the Big Sweep. That's what really made us realize that we could actually legitimately go in and do something about this problem. It really made a huge difference, and I think we were able to extract over 2,000 pounds of trash in one day.
I think it'd be great if Big Sweep could put itself out of business. It would be nice if eventually there was less waste, if companies had incentive to be more responsible with their waste and perhaps produce more biodegradable products and reduce single-use plastics. And also just I would honestly love that if Big Sweep, I love the people in Big Sweep, but it would be great if it didn't have to exist anymore because it wasn't such a huge problem.
Our next award goes to Subchronic Exposure, Enloe High School's state champion Envirothon team. The 5-member team represented North Carolina at the 2022 National Conservation Foundation Envirothon in Ohio, earning 5th place against 40 of the best high school teams from 36 U.S. states and 4 Canadian provinces. Enloe team advisors Chad Ogren and Debbie Massengill are also inductees in the North Carolina Envirothon Hall of Fame, having coached Envirothon teams for 25 years.
When we talk about Wake County Public Schools and we talk about Enloe High School, and the fact that they've made it to nationals 5 times, that they have placed in the top 3 times, and the top 6 as well as the top 5 this summer, that's incredible. And I know that we at the Wake Soil and Water Conservation District are extremely proud of the work of this team.
Well, our main goals that I tell the kids is to learn the curriculum, to have some fun, that's kind of important, and then we want to be competitive as well too.
I think the biggest lesson has been kind of learning about the environment and how we interact with it, and being able to learn about all those different careers and fields within environmental science. That's really influenced kind of how I see the world and also what I want to study and pursue as a career.
I would say Envirothon really helped me open my eyes to a lot of environmental issues since we got a lot of hands-on experience in the area, and it also taught me a lot about how to manage these environmental issues.
So one of the main factors is collaboration. I feel like as much as you study or know things, you won't be able to succeed if you don't trust and collaborate and work with your other team members. And I think that's one of the key factors to succeeding.
I think trusting each other a lot is really big, especially since it's a team competition. So making sure that we know that we can rely on each other, that we trust our answers, that we trust that we know what we're talking about and what we know what we're doing. I think last year really our team did really, really well together because we really trusted each other, had really great synergy, and we're also just really great friends.
Personally, I've been interested in the intersectionality between the environment and how people interact, and through Envirothon I've been able to learn about those aspects.
With academic competitions like the Envirothon, the value it provides our students is, I think of 3 items. The first is it helps students make connections with what they're learning about in school beyond the school building, if you would, such as the environmental sciences. They can learn more in fields such as soil conservation and in fields like forestry. The second item is anytime you have competitions like this, it encourages students to really build on those essential skills that I think universities, colleges, and careers look for beyond graduation. The communication, the collaboration, and also the presentations that they'll do to the audience once they finish their project. And the third area that I think is critical for our students too is that it exposes them to the businesses and industry that are connected with what they're studying. It really provides them a great background for what they can look for beyond graduation. And anytime we can do that, I think it's of high value for our students.
Many of our veteran students have told us how the Envirothon absolutely transformed their life and changed their career trajectories, whether it was, herpetology or go into environmental sciences or become conservationists who are now employed by a number of the soil and water districts across the state of North Carolina.
I think it's the students and the teachers and the work that they do here. The students are very much oriented towards looking at how they can make a positive impact in the world. They're like all high school students, but unique to Enloe is this real drive and desire to always look outward and look at what they can do to make a positive impact in the world.
I would tell other students that want to take part in Envirothon to make new friends, make new memories, and have fun with it.
Last but not least, we'd like to recognize our annual poster contest winners. Each year, our annual poster contest for elementary school students draws hundreds of submissions. Over 900 4th and 5th graders participated in this year's contest with the theme, Water, the Cycle of Life. Sponsored by Novozymes North America Incorporated, this year's top 3 winners are Atri Mandal from Poe Elementary, Meta Balaji from Green Hope Elementary, and Ava Zaboyevsky from A.B. Combs Elementary. Now Atri and Meta's posters are advancing to the regional competition with the opportunity to win additional cash prizes and recognition. Thank you to all of our award winners. For more information, please visit our website, wake.gov.
We want cake! We want cake! We want cake! We want cake!
You remembered to get the cake, right?
I thought you were getting the cake.
We want cake!
What? No cake?
Things are better when you plan. Learn more about what we're planning at planwake.org. Each year between October and March, the Warmth for Wake program brings volunteers together who chop up firewood and deliver it to those who need it most, all over the county. Weather permitting, volunteers meet every other Saturday throughout the winter to chop and deliver firewood. In addition to firewood delivery, Warmth for Wake also distributes new and gently used space heaters to residents in need. If you'd like to learn more about how you can help, please visit the website on your screen.
Get the timely and accurate information you need to stay safe if there's an emergency in your area. Sign up for Ready Wake alerts and Wake County will send you important notifications by text, phone, or email, whichever way you choose. Whether it's severe weather, a missing person report, or a neighborhood evacuation, stay in the know with Ready Wake alerts. Learn more and sign up at readywake.com.
Are you hosting an event but don't have a convenient way to collect trash and recycling? Wake County is excited to announce a new event recycling program that's free for residents. Whether you're hosting a private event, wedding, neighborhood party, or even a festival, these portable stations include composting, recycling, and trash bins. To learn more about how you can reserve an event recycling station for your next gathering, visit wakegov.com/event recycling. The Wake County WIC program is excited to announce a major new development for the distribution of WIC benefits. eWIC offers a simple, safe, and convenient way for WIC clients to use their food benefits. The brand new eWIC cards replace paper food vouchers and work just like debit cards at the checkout. When you get to the register, swipe your eWIC card first to pay for WIC-allowed foods. For the first time, eWIC allows clients to buy as little or as much food as they need during each shopping trip. You can even check your benefit balance and identify WIC-approved products on your smartphone while you shop. To learn more about eWIC, please call 919-250-4720 or visit wakegov.com/WIC.
And now let's head over to historic Oakview County Park to hear from Alice Avery, who's learning about a traveling exhibit at the park.
Welcome back to Wake TV. I'm Alice Avery and we're here at historic Oakview County Park with Jess Struck, Park Technician of Education for Historic Oakview. Jess, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for coming out to see us.
Yeah. So before we start talking about the special exhibit, for people who aren't as familiar with Oakview as others and who haven't been here maybe, tell us a little bit about the park.
Sure. So we're a county park, of course, and we offer all sorts of open space and picnic shelters, play areas for kids, and as well we have animals. We have goats and chickens, which are always really popular. Additionally, we have some hiking trails, so there's lots that you can come out and do here and enjoy. But probably even more important than all of that is that we're a historic site. So we study the history for about 200 years, when this was a former cotton plantation, and we study the lives of the people who lived and labored here, and we share their stories. So that includes the families of the enslaved people as well as sharecroppers who came after them. And so we like to focus on that and highlight that aspect of us being a historic site as well as a park.
Great. And so let's talk about the exhibit. What can you tell us about it?
So we built this. It comes to us from Preservation, North Carolina. It's made up of several panels with lots of text and images. It is in regards to it highlighting the legacy and the history of Black builders and craftspeople throughout North Carolina, but it covers over 300 years worth of history. And these are people who are responsible for and contributed to many of the historic buildings that we're familiar with throughout the state.
Okay. It's awesome. It looks like there's a lot of panels. Walking through here, what do you see? What do you learn about? I know you talked a little bit about it then, but what else?
Right, sure. So it starts in colonial era times and it moves forward to present day, and you'll learn about individuals, some who may be familiar to people, others who may not be. Those that might be familiar include people like Thomas Day. He was a pre-Civil War cabinet and furniture maker, so he's really well known. And then there's also Stuart Ellison. He was responsible for it as a carpenter, contributing to the Dorothea Dix Hospital building that a lot of people are familiar with if they live in this area especially. And then of course Philip Freeland, he was based out of Durham. He built a lot of buildings in the Triangle area, but he may be best known for designing as the architect for the African American Museum in DC.
Why did Oakview choose to bring this here?
Well, we wanted to share all of this information with the public, of course, as it highlights all these individuals. It also, in honoring them, it also gave us an opportunity to honor the memory of the enslaved people who had been here, many of whom likely through their labor and skills and knowledge helped to construct the main house, which we have on property.
Okay, so it's like a natural fit for Oakview.
It feels that way.
Yeah, so we're here in the Farm History Center, and this is where people can stop by. It's right when you drive into Oakview. What are the hours that the exhibit is open?
The exhibit is available as long as the buildings are open, which is 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Saturday, and Sundays 1 p.m. to 5 p.m.
Okay, and it's open through March 27th, is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Great. So anyone who wants to learn more information about the exhibit can visit wake.gov/webuiltthis. Jess, thank you so much for joining us today. We appreciate it.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Each year between October and March, the Warmth for Wake program brings volunteers together who chop up firewood and deliver it to those who need it most all over the county. Weather permitting, volunteers meet every other Saturday throughout the winter to chop and deliver firewood. In addition to firewood delivery, Warmth for Wake also distributes new and gently used space heaters to residents in need. If you'd like to learn more about how you can help, please visit the website on your screen.
That's all for this episode of Wake TV. Keep up with the latest Wake County news by visiting us online at wakegov.com/news. And be sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube so you can always stay in the loop. We'll see you next time.